going to move on now, going over to, as I said, one of the top young fighters. And also, I missed this gentleman off the list. I don't want him to tell me off, because this is another great trainer. They might be hiding. Adam Booth. Is Adam Booth here? He's hiding over there somewhere. Adam Booth, welcome. Round of applause, please, for Adam Booth. Oh, he didn't like that. And Mr. Kelly, of course, as well. This young fighter, if you haven't seen Josh Pretty Boy Kelly fight yet, you need to watch him, and watch him on Friday. Again, I believe one of the top 147-pound talents already right now in world boxing. Coming off a great fight at Madison Square Garden with Ray Robinson. Taking chances and opportunities way before his time. He's a good-looking son of a gun, and my goodness, can he fight. Ladies and gentlemen, from the UK, Pretty Boy, Josh Kelly.
Hello everyone, it's nice to be in America again. Obviously last time wasn't the best. We got a draw against Ray Robinson. It wasn't the best performance, but we put that one behind us now, and sort of move on this Friday. I'll be enjoying myself there, so I just want to put the performance on, make it smooth, make it look good, and I know we all enjoy. But good luck for the rest of the lads on the card, and got a great main event, and I'm looking forward to watching them go at it. So,
Thank you, Josh, and a future matchup potentially between these two great welterweights as well for the world title. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 Rio gold medalist, Daniel Yulusinov.
Hello everybody, I'm very happy and honored to be here. Thanks to my management team, and thanks to my promoter having me here. We have a good prepared and ready for this fight. It's gonna be a great fight. Hope my opponent is ready too. Now I feel that I am the one whom people want to see me, and I will show all my skills this Friday night. Thank you. Watch me in the zone.
That was absolutely. When Daniel had his first fight, he could hardly say 2 or 3 words in English. That is brilliant. Well done, Daniel. Well done. Well done. Round of applause for Daniel. The first big step up for Daniel Yulusinov on Friday night. I want to bring up his opponent, Alan Sanchez, please.
Hi everyone. I want to thank Marshall and Eddie Hearn, my team, everyone, and I'll see you guys Friday.
Thank you, Alan. Again, a great fight on the card this Friday. Liam Smith against Roberto Garcia. Roberto Garcia, former WBC silver champion. Liam Smith, former 154-pound world champion as well. Coming off a busy and active year fighting in Liverpool and Mexico. Great performance last time out, and of course now in Phoenix, Arizona. I want to bring up the first half of that fight on Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, Roberto Garcia.
Thank you, Eddie. First time I shake your hand. I got called about this fight on Sunday, and which was awesome because Saturday was my anniversary. So I said, hold on, baby, postpone that. We gotta do a job first over here. But some people think it's short notice, but it's not, because when you're a fighter, it's never short notice. So I'm grateful for this opportunity, man, and I'm gonna make the best of it. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Roberto. The other half of that fight, as I said, part of the famous Smith fighting family, the former 154-pound light middleweight champion of the world from Liverpool, Liam Smith.
I'm glad to be back fighting again in America. So thank Eddie, DAZN, Mansour, me, my team, MTK. And I'm happy we got a good opponent, Roberto Garcia, who I know was going to come to win. I know he has been obviously in camp. I think he was scheduled to fight anyway, so I know he's going to be fit and ready and coming to win. But the same year, I'm in very good shape and we've had a very good camp. So I look forward to a good competitive fight, but one that I'll come through with flying colours and obviously I want to be back in the mix then for big titles. 154 or 160, I don't mind. We've got a new champion at 154, Patrick Teixeira. We both just fought the same opponent last time out. That's a fight I'd like to have in the line. But first and foremost, we've got Friday night, and I look forward to putting a show on for you all. And top card with top fighters, prospects, world champions, and I'm privileged to be on this card and look forward to the whole show. So thanks for having me, and I hope you all enjoy it.
Thank you, Liam. Liam Smith against Roberto Garcia Friday night. Maurice Hooker, as I said, coming back from one of the Fight of the Year contenders against Jose Ramirez. I think Mo has been in some brilliant fights over recent times. Of course, the Saucedo fight in Oklahoma was one of my favourite nights. He went over to Manchester, he beat Terry Flanagan to win that world title over there. Came back and, as I said, unified against Ramirez in Dallas, which was a fantastic fight between two great champions. Now a new team behind him, and we'll bring up Dino Duva shortly from Rock Nation to talk more on that. But his opponent on Friday night, tough fight, Uriel Perez, coming off a big win in his career. I think this is a much tougher fight than the originally scheduled Pedro Campo. Firstly, I want to hear from the opponent on Friday night, Uriel Perez.
Hola, ¿qué tal a todos? Pues no tengo mucho que decirles, solamente que pues es la primera vez que estoy aquí. Vine a ganar, a dar una buena pelea y pues nada, sé que estoy ante un buen rival. Es peligroso, es un rival que lo da todo y pues un poco más de estatura, ¿no? Pero pues yo me considero un rival de fuerte pegada, un rival que sabe estudiar y sabe hacer su trabajo, y pues admiro cada uno de los boxeadores que están aquí y agradezco a la promotora y a la gente que me acompaña. Muchas gracias.
I have nothing much to say, but at this time I'm really hoping for this fight. My rival is a bigger height, but anyway, I respect him, and I respect all of the boxers that are here. And thank you very much for everything, and hope it goes really well.
Thank you, Uriel. And as I said, to introduce the former world champion to the stage, the president of Rock Nation Boxing, Dino Duva.
Thank you, Eddie. I just want to say, first of all, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be part of this great program that Eddie, Matchroom, and DAZN have done in the last year and a half. We've had some great fights on some of his shows, and it's just a tremendous thing for boxing, what they've done, and I look forward to being part of it in the future, too. It's an honor to be part of this show with Maurice in this beautiful city of Phoenix. Great card, great main event, as always, what Matchroom puts on with DAZN. The test of a true champion is dealing with adversity. And Maurice Hooker wants to show the world that he's a great champion. He just lost his title in a great unification fight, as Eddie said, back in July, to a top world champion, Jose Ramirez. But now he's hungry to get it back, and he wants to show what a great champion he is. As Eddie mentioned, he's got a new training team behind him, top notch, one of the best teams in the world, led by Brian McIntyre. He's been training with Terrence Crawford for the past 2-3 months. So I expect him to be ready to thrill the fans and thrill the world again like he has for the past year and a half. One thing I want to mention on something Eddie said, Maurice, I think, and he'll tell you for himself, has a desire to try to win the 140-pound title back. This fight is at a catch weight in between, but if everything goes well, his plan is to try to get a 140-pound title back as soon as possible. But first things first, he's got to get by Uriel Perez on Friday. He's a tough fighter. And coming in as a last-minute replacement is always dangerous. Maurice knows that, Bomac knows that, and we're confident that Maurice is going to thrill the fans and give them some treats before the holiday season starts. I want to bring him up right now. Former and future world champion of the world from Dallas, Texas, Maurice Mighty Mo Hooker.
I'd like to thank Rock Nation, DAZN, Metro for having me here. I want to say my coach, my team, Brian McIntyre, one of the best, like Freddie Roach and everybody else. I'm happy to be here Friday. I'm putting on a good show, and I want to let everybody know the word. I'm back. I'm coming back. I'm gonna take this fight and hopefully get another world title shot with 140. I can't go out like that. I feel like I'm one of the best still in the world at 140. I'm here to show y'all why come Friday. I'm not overlooking at my opponent. I know you're next minute to replace me. He's a good fighter. He's tough. But man, it's levels to this, and I'm showing the word that I'm on a whole other level. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to show y'all why I'm still one of the best at 140.
Thank you, Mo. We look forward to that fight, Maurice Hooker against Uriel Perez on Friday night. We move to the World Championship, WBC World Flyweight Championship, a great fight. And I think one of the most exciting young fighters in Julio Cesar Martinez I've seen for a long time. Of course, we know there's going to be huge Mexican support at the arena on Friday night, and they're going to be right behind this young man trying to become a world champion. His opponent, a former world champion, outstanding fighter from Nicaragua, Christopher Rosales. This is just a wonderful fight. Firstly, both challengers, of course, but from Nicaragua, Christopher Rosales.
Agradecido de verdad con todos ustedes, especialmente con Dios por permitirnos estar aquí. Agradecido con Don Eddie, ¿verdad?, por permitirnos nuevamente una cartelera más de él. Y pues venimos preparados esta vez venimos en mejores condiciones. Gracias a Dios, una preparación excelente que tuvimos, ¿verdad? Agradecido con Don William Ramírez, mi apoderado, el señor J. Y pues a darlo todo el día viernes y bendiciones a todos.
I'm really grateful for being here. Really grateful for having the opportunity to fight in here and being with all these boxers. Blessings for everyone. Blessings for everyone. God bless you.
Thank you, Christopher. And again, we want to thank Eddie Reynoso, the Canelo team as well, for a partnership with Julio Cesar Martinez. He's a very exciting young fighter. And again, I believe the atmosphere at the Talking Stick Arena on Friday night is going to be electric for this fight, the World Flyweight Championship. And he said goodbye to the cherry after that no contest earlier this year. Julio Cesar Martinez.
Muchas gracias a todos por el apoyo al señor Eddie Pence. Muchas gracias. Ahora sí que venimos con todo, gracias a Dios. Venimos, ahora sí que le agradecemos yo y mi entrenador Mauricio Chavez al señor Eddie Reynoso, que siempre nos ha apoyado, siempre ha estado atento ahí a las preparaciones. Muchísimas gracias. Vamos con todo este 20 de diciembre. Primeramente Dios, que gane el mejor y bendiciones. Muchas gracias a todos.
I would like to thank everyone, Matchbox Boxing, and Eddie, of course. Hope we have a great fight this Friday, and may the best man win, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Julio, and thank you, Christopher. WBC World Flyweight Championship, Friday night, live on DAZN. We move on to the main event, and again, I know we've recapped of the year that we've had, but what a year it's been. You know, some of the highlights of many fights of the year from the world of boxing on the DAZN platform, going back to Juan Estrada against Rungasai 2, the forum, great fight on the same card. Danny Roman against TJ Dehaney, unification. Of course, we saw Canelo Alvarez against Danny Jacobs in May. June the 1st at Madison Square Garden. We tried to forget it when Andy Ruiz upset the world by beating Anthony Joshua at a sold-out Madison Square Garden. And of course, a couple of weeks ago, after a wild 5 or 6 weeks on DAZN, when Canelo Alvarez won the World Light Heavyweight Championship against Sergey Kovalev, and KSI beat Logan Paul in a fight that broke broadcast records all over the world. Anthony Joshua capped it all by reclaiming those World Championship belts in Saudi Arabia. It's been a magical, magical year, and we're not done yet. This fight, for me, was a natural fight to make. When Danny Jacobs lost to Canelo for the 160-pound title, I felt, Keith felt, I think the team felt it was time to move up to the super middleweight division. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., we know about the popularity with Julio, with his father. This seemed like a natural fight to make, and if you've watched on social media Julio's preparation for this fight, he looked like he's been training 7 or 8 times a day for this fight. This is his big opportunity to come back, and for Daniel Jacobs, this is his opportunity to come and set up a shot at the World Championship in 2020. It is a great fight, and I want to thank again both guys and Julio as well for hanging in there through his ordeal, I would call it, while all the mess was cleared up. And he stayed calm, he stayed training, and we're delighted with the news today, of course, that his suspension was completely, fully lifted by the Nevada Commission, and the fight goes ahead as we always knew it would do, as planned on Friday night. For Daniel Jacobs, again, what a guy, what a fighter, what a story. It's a pleasure to work with him and his team as always. Keith Connolly, who is the quiet man, didn't want to speak today, I know he's a little bit shy, but what a pleasure it is to work with you, Keith, and the job you've done for Danny has been sensational as well. And Julio, I want to thank Miguel Leff as well, who's done a fantastic job, and of course Freddie Roach and all the team. So let's meet the fighters for the main event on Friday night, 168 pounds. Firstly, I want to welcome up Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
I want to say thank you, Eddie Hearns, Matchroom, and DAZN for giving me this opportunity to fight Danny Jacob, of course, Danny Jacob team, for this great opportunity in my career. I'm ready for Friday. You know, I hate diet, so I'm not because I'm hungry, but I am ready. You know, I know Danny Jacobs very good boxer, very good fighter, but I'm 100% ready for this fight. I know him. I see in a couple of fights. I see when he lost with Canelo. I see when he lost with Dimitri Pirov, I don't know, the Russian guy. So I am ready, and this is a great fight for the people. I want to thank my lawyer Miguel for helping and this big movie, the Nevada Commission. So I don't have nothing to say. Only I'm ready, and I come to win this fight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julio. And again, I want to pass over now to the former two-time middleweight champion of the world, the Miracle Man, Daniel Jacobs.
Thank you guys for being here today. First off, I would like to thank the fans of Phoenix, Arizona. The amount of attention that I've received for this fight taking place here is through the roof. I know these fight fans here are excited to have a big fight card such as this, and I'm looking forward to giving them guys a great show. I want to thank my team, Team Jacobs, everyone dedicate themselves to me 100%. I thank you guys for going over and beyond for me, giving me your undivided attention always. I want to thank Mr. Eddie Hearns, Matchroom and DAZN, for allowing me to display my skills on such a platform at such a level that all boxers dream of. So thanks to everyone who made this possible. I want to thank Chavez for accepting this fight. I want to thank his lawyer as well for doing such a great job for allowing this fight to happen. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a great opportunity for me. I'm stepping up to the middleweight division. I feel like this is the perfect weight for me. I'm only 2 pounds away from 68, and for me, that's the first time ever. I'm probably gonna eat breakfast the morning of the fight. Feel strong. My whole camp has been extremely positive, extremely happy. I couldn't ask for a better camp than what I've had. So shout out to my coach who made unprecedented sacrifices for being there for me, giving me your time and teaching me, you know. I look forward to displaying those skills and all the things that we worked on inside the gym come Friday night. Yeah, what else am I gonna say? I got your guys' attention. Listen, honestly, when I fought for the middleweight championships and when I fought and campaigned at the middleweight for the last 2 years, you guys don't understand the amount of damage I've been putting on my body trying to make the weight. We've been looking exceptionally well inside the gym, but those last 2 weeks to a week prior to making weight is where we leave it in the gym. Now I have an opportunity to be able to carry over those skills and be hydrated, be 100%, and allow my skills that's in the gym that my team sees, allow the world an opportunity to see that. I'm extremely excited to have this new opportunity. I know the super middleweight division is full of great competition as well. So I look forward to this test come Friday night. God willing, we get the victory, move on to bigger and better things. So thank everyone for supporting this, and I'll see you guys Friday night. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Julio. Just a special thanks as well to the whole DAZN team. Joe Markowski will be here tomorrow. John Skipper, Simon Denyer, Ed Breeze, Tom Davis, everybody, Krista Gentile. It's too many to name. Matt Miller, of course. This has been a roller coaster of a year or so. We are just getting started. 2020 is going to be a beast. We just announced our card in Miami on January 30th with Andrade against Luke Keeda, with Tevin Farmer against Jojo Diaz, with Danny Roman against Akhmed Aliyev, triple header World Championship, and some big news coming on that card as well later this week. And tomorrow in Los Angeles, we will announce the February 29th fight of Mikey Garcia, our latest signing and latest superstar to join the DAZN movement. It's been fantastic. It's been the most crazy years, from week after week after week to country after country, flying around, staging these events. We couldn't do it without our brilliant matchroom team. Frank Smith, Sean Palmer, done such an amazing job. There's so many guys. Eric Gotcha, our matchmaker, Josh Roy, Lewis Ward, Anthony Lever, Chris Provino, I'm going to get some names wrong, or some, David Diamante, Michael Buffer, Brittany, Sydney, Paul Redley, well, he's in the UK, Paul Redley, Rooney, can't believe I forgot Rooney, whoever else there is. Again, guys, it's been everybody's just put the effort in so much, and thank you to our partners as well, the co-promoters, the managers, thank you to the haters, you know, other people out there, thank you to Bob Aaron, you know, saw his comments lately. I mean, this is a guy, he's cleaner than clean, right? I mean, you know, he only wanted Antonio Margarito to fight in another state once he found cement in his hand wraps. So no problem at all. So, you know, it's been an experience. Working over here, we've loved it. We've loved the experience, and 2020 is going to be huge. And we want to end it with a bang on Friday night, Talking Stick Arena. It's going to be a huge crowd. Live on DAZN, do not miss it. Danny Jacobs against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. We're going to do head-to-heads up here now. Weigh in tomorrow. Let's have a great weekend. Thanks so much for attending. Thank you very much.